Have you ever looked up while walking down the street and noticed a bird calmly perched on a power line? Sometimes dozens of them lined up like musical notes on a wire, and wondered why nothing bad happens to them. It looks almost magical, but the secret is simple physics. Electricity does not just zap anything that touches it. It needs a complete circuit, a path from high electrical potential to lower potential. Power lines carry electricity along a specific route, and when a bird lands on a single wire, it does not give the current a reason to leave. The bird quickly becomes part of the same electrical potential as the line, and since the metal cable is a far better conductor than the bird's body, the current keeps flowing in the wire, not through the bird. Another crucial detail is contact. A bird perching on one wire has both feet at the same voltage. Without a difference in electrical potential between 2 points on its body, there is no current flow through the bird. Electricity only moves when it can go from one voltage to another. As long as the bird does not touch a second wire or a grounded object like a pole, transformer, or tree at the same time, it stays electrically safe. In that sense, the bird is physically sitting on something dangerous but electrically floating, which is why this everyday sight feels so surprising. Humans, however, cannot safely do the same thing. Touching a power line while standing on the ground creates a complete circuit. The electricity now has a clear route from the line through the body into the ground. Because the human body contains water and dissolved salts, it conducts electricity far better than air, and that is why a grounded person touching a live wire can suffer a powerful and often fatal shock. Size and distance also matter. Birds are small, and the spacing between their feet is short. Even if a slight voltage difference exists along a very long line, the difference between one tiny foot and the other is not enough to drive dangerous current through the bird's body. A larger human suspended between points of different voltage could experience a much bigger potential difference, making the situation more dangerous. Let's make this a conversation. Drop a comment and tell us the everyday science mystery that has always bugged you and what part of electricity still feels confusing. Do you want more on voltage versus current, or how grounding works in the real world? Your questions could shape our next episode. Birds are not invincible, though. They can be electrocuted if they touch 2 wires at once, especially lines with different voltages, or if they touch a wire and a grounded object simultaneously. Larger birds like eagles, hawks, and owls are at greater risk because their wingspans can bridge gaps between wires or between a wire and nearby equipment. That is why utility companies sometimes install protective covers or redesign power poles in areas with many large birds, reducing the chance of accidental electrocution. Birds do not need to understand physics to stay safe. Natural selection has shaped their behavior over time. Birds that made dangerous contact combinations in the past did not survive to pass on those habits. Birds that instinctively perch in safer ways were more likely to live and reproduce. And that is why what looks like caution can be the result of evolution doing the hard work. Here is the big takeaway. Voltage alone is not what makes electricity dangerous. It is current through a body, and current needs a completed circuit. A power line can carry thousands of volts, but without a path, the energy stays confined to the intended route. This same principle explains why electricians use insulated tools, wear protective gear, and follow strict procedures to avoid becoming part of a circuit. If you enjoy science and nature explainers that make everyday phenomena feel less mysterious, consider subscribing for more. The next time you see birds perched calmly on a wire, remember you are witnessing physics in action. The bird is not defying danger. It is simply not giving electricity a reason to move. What other ordinary sight do you think is secretly governed by rules this elegant?